All right, are you feeling bullish? There's good reason to feel bullish. I'm going to show you why. All right, so right now price is 39,616. We went up to 42,500 2 nights ago, and we just got a little bit of a pullback today. Nothing to be concerned about. Why? Because check this out. Look at that. We had 10 candles, 10 green candles from the low of about 30,000 up to 42,000. I think that's 42,500 right there. So we got a little bit of a pullback, 3 candles of pullback. Each one of these candles represents 1 day. And, you know, it's okay because we had this massive run up. This is expected. Short term, you know, you see if you've been watching price history on Bitcoin long enough, you see that short term price is pretty much random. It goes up, it goes down. But if you zoom out, you can kind of see that long term, you know, price is always on the rise. And if you understand the cycles, like, you know, we've been showing you, you can see that price is typically on these 4-year cycles. Okay, let's dig into the details. Let's understand what's going to happen next. Okay, so I'm going to show you some pretty cool graphics here. Okay, the first one, this one's illiquid supply. What is illiquid supply? It's the amount of coins that are sitting in deep cold storage. Why is that significant? Because deep cold storage, they're not sitting on the exchanges where they can be sold quickly and easily. These are Bitcoins that are with long-term holders that have conviction that are going to be holding this Bitcoin pretty much regardless of what the price is doing. Maybe they're using that Bitcoin for yield. Maybe they're using that Bitcoin for collateralized lending. Or maybe they're just using a Bitcoin because they see the long-term promise of it and they want to hold it for a long time. And so we're starting here from January 17, and you can see if we, you know, just always on the rise, which is incredible. Okay, let's zoom into what's happening more recently. Check this out. Okay, April 12th, 2021. We saw that when the price of Bitcoin was 55,000, we had the same amount of illiquid supply, the amount of coins that were in deep cold storage, as we have today. We hit the all-time high just the other day, just 2 days ago, on the amount of coins that are in deep cold storage. But the price is $40,000. What does that mean? Less Bitcoin on the exchanges. When that volume comes back, when the buyers come back, when there's a lot of buy action, if there's less coins available, you get something called a supply crunch. And during a supply crunch, less coins are available. You have more discerning sellers. And if you have more discerning sellers, you're going to have rapid price movement upwards. That's something that we're going to be looking at for the next few weeks, 2 months. We're going to see rapid price rise. There's other indications that tell us there's going to be rapid price rise. Right, if I look over here, right, we covered this already. We saw 10 days of green candles. The last 2 times that happened, I'm going to show you what happened. Okay, so let's take it back to late last year, late 2020. We had an incredible run up. We had 10 candles here. And then over the next 90 days, we saw the price rise. All right, it's a little volatile, but if you manage to hold on to it, you saw the price rise about 70%. Okay, let's try another one. We're going back here. This is 2017. In 2017, we saw, again, 10 green candles, right, in here, 10 days. We saw the price appreciate by 40%, and then it went on to run 239%. Incredible. What's the point? Point is, I don't think there's ever been a better time than right now for a risk managed entry point. And what does risk managed entry point mean? We're halfway through the cycle. We tested the golden ratio, which was a 1.618 fib that we talked about in the last video. We are now in a phase where the China ban on mining has occurred. The hash rate suffered. It came back. We're dealing with all this FUD, but Bitcoin is doing just as well as it ever has. It's recovered from a price of 30,000. It didn't go below 30,000. It didn't violate that golden ratio. There's just an incredible amount of confidence in Bitcoin right now, and there's less supply available. So again, at the end of the summer, we're going to see institutions come back. Maybe they're already starting to come back. Who knows? They could be seeing this price action, and they're starting to say, you know, maybe we have to be a little bit more aggressive about our allocations. And when they come back, when they come into the market, they're not coming in and saying, you know, we need to buy a certain amount of Bitcoin. What they say is we have a certain amount of US dollars that we want to put into Bitcoin. And that's important because they're not going to be able to get prices that they think they might be able to get if they're not as aggressive getting in at these entry points. One more thing I want to show you is small buyers, okay? This is dollar cost averaging by just regular people. These are the amount of Bitcoins that are being held in wallets that are 0.1 to 1 Bitcoin large. And you can see this is pretty incredible, right? 450,000 in January 2019, in January 2020, almost 550,000. And then we get to here, right? Not only are we at 700,000 coins that are being held by these very small holders, but you can see that this is graduating, right? So these are regular people like you and me, that are dollar cost averaging their way into Bitcoin. They probably have automatic purchases on the exchanges, and they're holding their Bitcoin. They're holding it for the long term. We don't see volatility in this chart. We just see one straight kind of upward slope, and we see it starting to get a little bit more aggressive more recently. Why is it getting more aggressive? Probably because of all the news that you're hearing about inflation. These are probably people that see it as an inflation hedge. These are small buyers. This is really developing a base of support for Bitcoin if this continues. So that's all we have for today. Thank you for watching. So a little bit of a show note. Next week, we're going to be doing this Bitcoin market update on Wednesdays, and we're going to start doing it on Wednesdays going forward. If you need help with any of this, feel free to reach out to us. Our website is sascodigital.com. And also, if you like this content, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification button to get updates when we release new videos. Have a great week.